Absolutely, it's fascinating, isn't it? Joined by three of the inspiring contributors now, Marisa, Russ and Sue. Good morning to all three of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Marisa and Russ, let's start with you. What battles have you had with your weight in the past? And because you guys are together, right?
Yeah.
Together,
married.
Together. Married. Forever. We've known each other since we were 4.
Nice.
So
No way.
yeah, very long time. Yeah.
So why did you decide to get involved in this? It just looks so interesting as a journey to, you know, obviously find out about how different cultures approach weight.
So I think for me and Russ, like, we struggled with our weight since we were quite young. We started a weight loss journey quite a few times, tried those different fad diets, things didn't work, we'd always fall off the wagon, as they say. But we did start losing weight properly. Between us, we'd lost just over 5 stone.
Great.
And then through our social media, through like hashtags and things, we were contacted by a researcher to see if it's something we would be interested in. And then obviously finding out that we get to travel the world and learn about the thing that we struggle with the most. Yeah. Why would you not want to do that?
And just how different cultures approach it, I suppose, as well.
I call it a wake-up call. You know, when you get those like little wake-up calls in life that you think, I've got to do something about this now.
Yeah.
What was your wake-up call, Marisa? And Russ as well. Because I know you had, you know, your father passed away, didn't he, with a heart attack? And
I think a wake-up call is just, when am I going to do it? I don't know if it was a wake-up call as such. It was just Mondays kept going past. I was going to do it next Monday. I'd do it next Monday. And then I say we were losing weight and we were doing well, but I think we got into a bit of a cycle of being good during the week, and then at the weekend we'd go rogue and just eat anything, really bad. And then we'd start again Monday, but like, we'd get it back by the weekend, we'll be fine. So we were in a bit of a cycle, really.
That's so understandable, it's so natural, that way to look at it, isn't it?
And we're both quite sociable people, so we'd get to the weekend, like Russ said, we'd go for our weigh-in, and then it would be like, right, we've been so good all week, what can we do now? And it would be, we'd be going out, we'd be like socialising, having drinks with people, and then you'd obviously feel bad because you're a bit hungover. And then you reach for the bad things, and then the next week you're just following it, trying to catch up with what you've done. So yeah, like I said, we'd obviously lost some weight before, but we were getting in a rut where we were just kind of going around in circles. And then when this opportunity came up, like, we just couldn't say no. Like, we both want to have children one day, and we just want to be the best versions of ourselves. But not just for that, but just for us.
Of course. What about you, Sue?
Well, my daughter actually found it. We were having a family games night and she was looking for a quiz programme for all the cousins, and then she said, Mum, there's a show for you. Travel around the world and people help you lose weight, because I'm a lot older than the rest of the gang, and going through menopause as well, it's really difficult to lose weight. So I was so excited when they picked me to go, because it's changed my life.
And Sue, you said like your weight has held you back in life. You've missed out on some really, really special moments. Can you talk us through them?
Well, I kind of lost my confidence being overweight, and you don't want to go. I didn't have a 50th birthday party. There was no way I was going to do that. And some days I just wouldn't go out. You'd get dressed up, I'd go to the back door and I couldn't go. I couldn't even take my dog for a walk.
So let's talk about, I mean, there's so many, there's several episodes, right? I mean, I know there's Tonga, India, but the one we're going to focus on is Japan, because that's the first one. So it's interesting, isn't it? Because, like, how did you guys feel about their approach to weight? Because we are living in a world, it seems to me, where people are getting more tolerant about the issues that people face and so forth. And so at the same time, pretty much all the decisions that they seem to be making over there are for the good of the population. So what were your impressions of Japan? Let's just go down the line.
Very strict. It's.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I mean, if you're asking me if we could do it in England, I think it's a very hard question. 'Cause it's very strict. Like, they only eat with chopsticks, and they eat up until they're 80% full. But they do very interesting things as well. So, like, they eat round the plate as they go. So they eat a bit of everything. So for me, personally, I would eat the veg first, then I would eat the bit of the carb, and then I'd save, like, the meat till last, like the best bit for
me too.
So I would always eat the best till last, but then you're clearing your entire plate, and obviously, depending on how much you're putting on your plate, means you're consuming more.
But our whole culture
does it. We all do it. Exactly. We were all brought up as children, like, you need to finish your dinner, you don't get dessert, like that sort of thing. Whereas the Japanese culture is very different. It's, you don't eat all your food. You're fine to leave it. You just eat the 80% until you think, could I have a bit more? I'll just leave it. And you eat as you go. So it's not
But, like, listening to that clip's really interesting, because you could easily be insulted by what that lady was saying.
We were.
Yeah.
You were?
We were.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the motivation there is from a good place, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was, obviously, we went to a business there where they were, like, measuring a guy's waist. Because if it's...
You're going into work and they measure your waist in work?
That's before they've done the exercise class first thing in the morning. So the office all stop. They just stop. Everyone is silent. And they all just stop and they get up and they do, they're called radio Tyser, I think. And they all do, like, an exercise class together. And then as soon as it's finished, you can imagine that everyone in England will be cracking up. They literally, that's it, go back to work, and they carry on with the work. And then, sort of, as part of the business, they have to have health tests and they have to make sure their staff are healthy. And we were sort of informed that maybe if they weren't as healthy, it might maybe inflict on them some insult, in the workplace and things. And it was really shocking that they went to work to get their waist measured. And
can you imagine us coming into work today and our boss measuring our waistline? That would be absolutely mad, wouldn't it?
And obviously the waistline's smaller as well. It's not like it's quite a small waistline. It's like 85 centimetres for a man, 90 centimetres for a woman.
Well, Sue, you couldn't actually find anything out there to fit you, could you?
To fit me, no. There wasn't anything in the market. And it was just incredible that they have a yearly medical every year, and you guys went for a walk with a guy, and I was shocked because we'd seen the first episode now. This guy said he was sentenced to walk 10,000 steps a day. And I was sat there, I said, sentenced? He had to do that and track it for work.
It's hard because, they're trying to do it for the good of the population. They are very healthy.
4% obesity and the life expectancy is 85 years. So, but you're right, in that it's, it might be well-meaning, but at the same time, that is quite alien from it for us, isn't it? And obviously part of this is genetics as well. So what would be your take-homes? Are you glad you took part in it? Has it changed the way your relationship with food and the world? So glad I took part.
It literally changed my life.
In what way?
I feel 20 years younger.
You look it as well, so...
Thank you. I've got so much energy, and I've taken that from Japan. We had a lot of fermented food. Amazing. Kimchi, I know that's Korean, but sauerkraut, I will eat that sort of food twice a day. And literally...
And what does that do?
The gut health.
Yeah.
And that just seems to be the thing. I drink more water, but I just feel younger, happier.
Yeah.
And how much weight have you all lost together after doing this show?
So I've lost 2 stone since doing the show, but 2 stone before, so I'm about 4 stone.
And I lost 4 stone.
Great.
From the beginning of the show to now.
Sue.
Yeah.
And I've lost just under 3 stone, but just over 6 stone in total from when I started losing weight. So nearly a whole skinny person.
Well done, mate.
Well, you're so right, though. It's small steps, right? And it's just to change your lifestyle and
I think one thing that surprised me the most from the show was I think we went into it thinking we're going to lose weight, that's going to be brilliant. But there were so many other things that have come alongside it with being more confident, just being here today. Like, I would have been, not sure, like, I'm diabetic, my medicines have been halved. I feel healthier, I feel fitter, I'm more willing to do things, whereas before I would just sort of make an excuse and maybe not do it. So that's, I think, alongside that, has come from that.
Brilliant.
Well,
we're really
you.
glad you have joined us today. Thank you.
Thank you for coming and sharing your story. Around the World in 80 Ways starts tonight, 9 p.m. on Channel 4. So good luck, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.